Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Maritza and I am an elementary school teacher. I teach 3, 4, 5 combo as a dual language immersion teacher in the state of North Carolina. And this week is a brand new weekly vlog. I am super excited about sharing this week's vlog. So this week, it's gonna be I think it's gonna go super fast as well. But I love sharing these weekly vlogs because I get a chance to share with you little bits and pieces of my week in the classroom, and I just really enjoy doing these weekly vlogs. And if you are not subscribed yet and you have gone to visit my channel and you are still not part of my YouTube family here, be sure to click that subscribe button down below and the notification bell just to let you know for what future videos come up, and it'll remind you that there's a video. But let's go ahead and start this week. It's already 7:45 and my students start coming in at 8 o'clock. This week we have testing going on for part or most of the week, or I guess all of the week really. So it's gonna be super busy, but I'm using and utilizing the best of my time in the classroom or with the students in the afternoon, which is that part of the day that they aren't testing. So we are focusing on writing, and I'm super excited because it is poetry. We've already spent last week doing poetry, and I'm gonna use the next 2 weeks of April, which is, if you didn't know, National Poetry Month. So, and it's also the month of the language month. I feel like I have to rephrase that, but on the 23rd, I believe it is. So we're gonna be doing some fun stuff for different languages for that day. And this week, I'm just really excited to share with you what we're doing in poetry for writing, because last week we focused on figurative language, especially because we're doing it in English and Spanish. So there's a lot to cover. And this week now we're diving into different types of poems and writing our own poems, leading up to a poetry cafe that I've done in the past, and it's so much fun. It turned out so great, so I'm hoping that this year will turn out great as well. But I'm going to go ahead and get some stuff ready. I have to get my slide ready for when they come in, and then pump them up for the tests that we have to do this morning, and just kind of set that up. I've got myself situated here. I gotta go put my lunch in the refrigerator, and then I should be ready to go. And I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. I also got another cute gift from my secret shark, and I just love these quotes. If you've seen my other videos, I mentioned the quotes that are in here, and this one says, "The first 5 days after the weekend are always the hardest." I think this is just so cute. And I got a drink. I can't wait to try this. I love mineral water, and I've never tried the flavored one, so I'm excited. I already started eating these. These are super cool because they're vegan, and they're no artificial sweeteners, colors, flavors, or preservatives. So I just thought they were really yummy to be vegan. And the little cute bag is so cute. And just like that, it's already the end of the day. I cannot believe how time flew. I spent my planning, I did organize the classroom a little bit and move some stuff around, which I'm gonna show you in just a little bit. But then I spent the rest of my planning just talking. I was talking to the janitor who cleans our classroom. She's so sweet. We were talking about our landscaping, just the things we did over the weekend. So a little bit of time wasted there, but it was good talk. But I wanted to share some things that I changed up in the classroom because I love space. I love to be able to give my students space to move around and just be different learning areas, and it just gives the classroom a little bit less of a clutter feel to it. So let me show you some things I've changed around the classroom, beginning with our library corner here. I actually moved the Instagram wall over here, and then I moved this books over here. I emptied this area out and I put our book bins over there, and I made it like a reading nook. I feel like I'm gonna put our poetry or little tree here in this empty wall because right now it's over here, and I love the way it looks, but I think I'm gonna go put it on that wall. And I put out new poem books, and I was so excited about having all of these different poetry books, and I have one in my Amazon cart right now that I want to have in the classroom. I have this area as the newsroom station where they get their articles and like news magazines, and I put our book bins on that wall. Right now that's covering it, but in the back is where their book bins are, and I'm thinking I'm gonna move that corner over here to something else. I'm not too sure yet where I want to put that though, so I'm not gonna move it for now until I know for sure what I want to do. And I think that's about it that I moved. I did change up the seats a little bit. That's my daughter in the corner over there. But I changed up the seating of my students just so that I'm able to move through the desks, and I had to like make sure each other person had a shield at least. So basically almost everybody has a shield, whether they're to the side or in front. So they're all being protected, and of course we wear face masks. And then I kind of moved up here just a little bit where I organized the front where my drawers are, and just have more space up here, so if students need to get closer they can, so they can see the board. I do use a lot of technology. And then this is my area over here, and I moved some stuff in the back. Right now it kind of seems a little cluttered mess, but I promise it's more organized on other times. But I have back here just like stuff that I always need, books, my read alouds and grading papers, things like that, and just kind of where I have all my things that I need like on a daily basis. And I think that's pretty much all I moved in the classroom. I'm trying to think of what else I did. I want to find a spot for our genre of the week, or genre we're currently working on, because I love these posters, but I feel like it should have a place for it. And it just, I love the way it looks there, but I feel like I should have a place for it. And that's pretty much it. I have a new rug. Super excited about this rug. It was super cute. And I think that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and call it a day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I am going to head out early today. I am tired, but I also want to enjoy the weather and maybe plant some more plants this evening. I'm not sure yet, but I do have a video I'm editing, trying out a new schedule. Let me know if the schedule is working. When do you prefer to see videos? I'd love to know your feedback on that. I've always wondered when is the best time to post videos, but I'm trying to find time as well so that it doesn't interfere with family time. Super important. But for today, that is all I got. I am going to head out of here. It is almost 3:45, so I am gonna get going and go pick up the baby and head home. So I will see you guys tomorrow. now almost the end of the day. How time has just flown by today. This afternoon, or should I say, yeah, I guess this afternoon, we went ahead and started writing, and we read some of our novel in 3rd grade. So they, like I mentioned yesterday, they had all morning to do their math at North Carolina check-in, and then they come back to me in the afternoon. So I had like that extra planning, and I was doing my anchor charts, and I finished those, well, finished most of them. And then it was, by that time it was already lunchtime by the time like all of my students came back. So it went really quickly. By that time I had gotten some emails done and did some anchor charts and did a little bit of like planning and like laying out some things that I wanted to do. And this afternoon we had writing. So after lunch they all returned, all of 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, and then we started our writing lesson, which is what I had planned. And we were doing poetry. So for poetry today we did an analysis of a poem in Spanish, so an análisis del poema, and it went pretty good. We didn't get through the whole poem. We glued some notes into our journal, which I have here somewhere, that I gave them, and I had them put in their journals. This one, which is how to read a poem, or like the steps to reading a poem, and we did that together, talking and going into depth like what I expect when they're reading poems. And then I gave them the poem, and I also gave them this sheet that's the actual poem, the questions that go with it. And then we read some of it, and of course we didn't get to this because we were still reading the poem. And I really want them to just like practice and understand how to read a poem, and just like that exposure, because in Spanish poems are sometimes they're difficult. Sometimes they're more difficult than they are in English, just because this is their second language that they're learning. So it's kind of a hit or miss with the poem, depending on how complex the poem is, with the usage of words, of vocabulary. I just finished hole punching these rings. They are book trailers for different types of books. They just scan the QR code, and then it lets them watch a book trailer. And I just think these are so great. I will link down below who I used for, or where I got this resource, but look at how many different trailers there are. And I'm just putting them on rings, and I'm setting them up in my library. But I just thought they were so great. All these different types of books. Obviously I don't have all of these, and I'm hoping to get all of these books in my collection for our classroom library. But at this point, I think some of these books are even on Epic, or they're on at our school library. So I think it'll be okay. And I'm just using these hooks to put them up. And I have 2 more rings of them, or 2 more rings of these books. Also got finished, or actually the teacher assistant got finished putting up the poetry on this side of our classroom. I'm super happy with the way it looks over here in this little corner. Students have already been choosing to read in this little nook over here, and I absolutely love it. It's just like a nice little area, and it looks so much brighter and nicer in this spot. So that was really exciting to see, and I just need to put words up here to fill it up with poetry. But I also have posters with the poetry that's in Spanish. They look like this, and they're different types of poems, and they look like this. If you're interested in those, I'll link it. And these were free as well. I believe they were free. And I just think they're really great to display in the classroom. So I'll be putting those up there. And they also have like an example and like describe it. So I thought that was really great. This is the poem that we started analyzing, and we'll finish tomorrow analyzing and annotating like on the edges on the side. So we'll finish that tomorrow, and they have their own copy in their journals. But we did the poem El Árbol de los Amigos, and it's in Spanish, so we'll do that. And then we'll also do an English one later on this week. and they have already a lot of choices in English with books of poetry, so I really want to focus on the Spanish portion. So it is already the end of the day. I'm going to get cleaned up. My son has soccer practice. It's a Tuesday, so I'm going to get cleaned up and head out of here. So I will see you guys tomorrow, bright and early. Good morning, friends. Happy Wednesday. It is already the middle of the week and it has been a very busy morning. I was super in a rush, but I made it. I'm here, and it's because I stopped for some coffee at the Cuban coffee shop, and I also got these yummy pastries, so I'm super excited about eating that this morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and get inside and get settled in and get started on today. Hello, friends. So it is now almost the end of the day, and it has just been super busy. This morning, my 5th grade students left to science. Well, I had them in the morning partly, which I wasn't expecting, but it was okay. I just did with what I could. And then they shortly left for their science checkpoint, or North Carolina check-in. And I started 4th grade with their social studies, and what we use is our North Carolina Studies Weekly as a resource. I guess that's just like one of the, sorry, my hair's been bothering me all day, as a resource for social studies. And I don't normally use these, especially because I'm teaching the Spanish portion as well, so it's kind of just been what I'm using right now, and they seem to really like it. The online version is a lot of fun for them, just because it's a little bit more interactive, and then they like earn points and stuff. But this is what it looks like if you're curious. They're like these really cool magazines. That's the part I really do love, is like they have their magazine type looking, so it's very current events kind of feeling to it. So I really do like that, and that's what we worked on. And I usually have like a project-based learning to do with it once we're all done with reading about whatever we're doing. The last one we did about the colonies, and we wrote a lost colony letter. Let me get an example because I absolutely loved it. It wasn't my idea. It was one of the 4th grade teammates that I have, and just to like summarize and end the unit, we did a lost colony letter project. It was so much fun. Let me go grab one. Okay, so these are some of the examples I have. One of them looks like this. I started grading them, or we started grading them, and this is what it looks like. So they were like, wrinkle it, burn it on the sides a little bit, make it look old, and then I gave them a rubric to go with that for a grade. And it was actually a writing grade, a social studies grade, and also I think it was 3 grades, and then I can't remember the third one. I guess it was just, a spelling grade. So spelling, writing, and social studies grade. So 3 grades in one, and then this one, put it in a nice little bow like this, and then made it look so old and nice. I just thought it was so cool. So I was really excited about seeing their projects. But that's the kind of thing I do when it comes to their social studies. I like to do that end of the lesson or end of the unit project to go with it, because it makes it so much more fun and interesting for them, and something to look forward to as well. And I give them the project early enough so they can have enough time to work on it. And of course I explain the rubric and give them the rubric and all that fun stuff to do with it. So that's something that we'll be doing when we get into a couple different articles, because it takes a couple articles to like finish the whole unit. And toward the end of the year, it becomes very separated. So I have to kind of figure out what project I want to assign, or what project I want them to do, because they're all kind of just so separated. And that's what I did with my 4th graders this morning, just because our schedule was all like mixed up with 5th grade still testing. And then the rest of the week seems like that way too. For Thursday and Friday, we are doing, sorry, I heard like a weird noise. For Thursday and Friday, we're doing more testing on like diagnostic testing at the end of the year. So I'm not I have to kind of redo my lesson plans because I didn't realize that I was doing, I don't have to do it this week. I actually just might push it to next week because I already have my plans ready for this week, unless I can squeeze it in there sometime, which I probably can. I think for the most part, I'll be able to and not have to like change up too much stuff. But for 3rd grade, we watched this really cute, we're talking about central message, the moral of the lesson, and I presented in English and Spanish, and then we watched this super cute video called The Present, and I'll show it to you here in like a little clip. It is just so cute. It like almost made me cry when we were watching it together. All my 3rd graders were just super silent and like super fast got the lesson of that story, like so fast. It was so awesome to see that, using the skill that we've been talking about all week, last week and this week. And I was just super proud of them, but they got that skill so well, and the video with it was just absolutely so cute. After that, we read a story from, it's a folktale from Haiti, and I really like exposing them to different genres, and especially with the folktales, like different types of folktales. And I do agree with the curriculum that we use. They do have a lot of different types of stories from different places and very diverse. And I think I've mentioned that before, but I really liked that. And so we read this folktale from Haiti. It's called Zell, the sad donkey. I can't remember now. Anyways, and they read the story, read most of it together, and then they had the questions, and then I had them do a project, or not a project, but like a response. And I had to quickly make one because I didn't like the way the book had it represented. So I created a heart, and then I created like a spot on the side for them to write the lesson learned. And then based on the questioning of their short response test for that story, I wanted them to write the evidence that shows kindness into the heart, and then the moral of the lesson that kind of goes together with it. And they really enjoyed doing that part of like how it was organized, the graphic organizer. I thought it was super simple. I created it really quickly, but they enjoyed it, and that was the purpose in it. I really wanted them to really be able to visualize and apply that knowledge into what we were doing with the story. So I was super happy with that, and I reviewed all their answers, and I think I only had one that didn't really quite get there, but was very close. So we did that. We did that very well, and I was super excited about that. And then we finished up our poem this afternoon, worked on some word study. I had them use their words for using their spelling choice board, and then that was about it. So if you're curious to know how I grade, and you are looking for a little hack that could help you in your classroom, I'm going to share with you how I grade and keep up with student assignments, and just being able to manage that, because it is so hard sometimes to keep management of all that. And I think paper flow wise, it's difficult sometimes. So let me turn the camera around and show you how I keep up with grades and keep a log of them as well. Okay, so here I have obviously my easy grader, but here is a list of it's a table. It's a 2-column table, and you can see here this specifically is for 3rd grade, and I just put the date and the lesson or test or quiz, whatever it is, and then I just put like the name of the assignment here. And then here, down here, is the list of student names, so I'm obviously covering them, and I order them in alphabetical order just to help me when I plug these numbers in, their actual percentage, into the grade book. Then I can just go down the list super easy, and it'd be really fast. I keep these logs with me for each quarter, and then I'll have documentation, because once I plug these numbers in, I give those students their papers, their graded papers, back to them in their Tuesday folder. Bless you, Bella.
Thanks.
And they go home with them. So that eliminates a lot of paper flow, and it just really helps me organize and stay organized. And the teacher assistant also helps me sometimes plug these in, and I'll just plug in the assignment, and then we'll tag team and get organized that way, and it just makes it super easy. I also use some kind of log like this for like just my student list, and it makes it super easy when I have a sub or when somebody has to take over my class. And yeah, I hope this is helpful to you. Let me know down in the comments below if you are using some kind of system like this. I'd love to know, and how you organize and manage paper flow as well. Okay friends, it's now the end of the day. I am going to turn off all the lights and head out of here. Soccer practice today, actually, instead of a Thursday, so I'm going to need to leave. It's almost 4 o'clock. Usually try to leave by 4:15, but today I need to leave sooner than that. And it is a good day because I got a phone call from the toddler's daycare, and his teacher said, the baby's daycare, I don't know why I said toddler, the baby's daycare, and they gave me good news that he is doing really well with potty training, and he finally used the potty. So I'm super excited. You teacher mommies out there, it is a win if they're having a good potty day. So I am so excited to see him and praise him about it. But I'm going to get out of here, leaving everything organized at my desk, and I will see you tomorrow bright and early. Hello friends, happy Thursday. It is now Thursday, and it's actually already in the middle of the day. It's almost the end of the day. We're getting close to recess time, and I have not picked up the camera because it has been a very busy morning. Super busy. I was actually running late this morning, and I don't know, I was just like really tired this morning, but here I am, all energized and ready for, or I was ready for the day. But it has just been a really busy day, and I knew coming in like we had a lot of great things to do today. Unexpectedly, my teacher assistant had to take off today, so I got a little bit nervous, but we've made it through the day, thankfully. And so here I am. But I do have some great things to share with you that we did today that were so fun. This morning we actually read our book, The One and Only Ivan novel study, and then we took our spelling test. And then when 3rd grade came in, we did our regular reading class, and then at lunchtime is when I actually want to share with you guys a really great lesson. We're doing human and animal adaptations, and we did a really great lesson on it, and it was like, it was very interactive, and I just loved how the slides were just organized. It was really cute. So I'll show you in just a minute my screen what I did for social studies for human and animal adaptations, and also talking about modifications. So that was really great. And then it looks like it's gonna rain outside. You can't really tell from the camera, but I was just looking at that. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. Then we did writing, which was probably my favorite part of today. We did a gallery walk today, and it looks like this, and I will definitely share the resource that I got from on Teachers Pay Teachers, and like the lesson draft that where I took it from, or got the idea from. And this is the packet that we worked on, and what I did was I posted a bunch of poems around the classroom, and then my students had these booklets, and they went around and identified the figurative language, they read the poems, and it was just a fantastic lesson. I absolutely loved it, and I played nice mystical music in the back, or soft music, for giving it that like feeling in the classroom, and they all had to be quiet, and they could whisper and share, but they had to be really quiet. So I just thought it was a really good exposure and to all different types of poems, and just a really great lesson to incorporate. So tomorrow we'll finish that, and then we will do a different poem tomorrow, a type of poem. So that's pretty much it. That's all we really got to today, just because we still have testing going on and just all that fun stuff. So right now I'm gonna actually go pick them up from specials, and then we're gonna go out for recess and enjoy that weather before it starts pouring outside. And then it'll be our Starbucks mode, which I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I will share with you guys what Starbucks mode is in just a little bit. I gotta go pick them up from specials. Okay, so here are the slides for the human environment interactions that have to do with the adaptations and modifications. And how you start off is by giving them this interactive worksheet, and they will follow along and fill in as they go. It starts with vocabulary, and then you'll do like an introduction to that vocabulary, and as they hear it, they'll add the word to their vocabulary on the part of that worksheet that I just showed, this one. And then you just go through it kind of, I did it as a review with these vocabulary words, and then you do the practice warm-up, which was so fun. They had to stand up or kneel down if they thought it was an adaptation or a modification. So adapt and modify, and they had so much fun with this. So I showed them the picture, and if you're in the presentation mode, that the answer won't show. It'll just be the picture and adapt, stand up, and modify, kneel down. So then when you clicked on the next slide, then the answer would show. And so it was a lot of movement going on at the very beginning, and I thought it was so much fun. So it goes through the different ones, and based on what we learned from yesterday in our lesson, they were very familiar with it. So this part was super easy and interactive and fun for them. Then you do the I Spy part, which is the next part of the worksheet, and it was also so much fun because they got to spy on pictures or look at the pictures and look at details in the pictures. And I just love the I Spy. If you've ever like looked at the books and done the I Spy like books or pictures like in magazines and stuff, it's so fun. So they looked at the picture and what did they spy, and they had to figure out whether it was an adapt or modification. And then you go through the pictures, and then you share your observations. We shared them aloud as we were doing them, but they picked one or the other side it belonged to, and then it gives you the answers to it. Then we did a stickman field trip. This was super cute. I thought this was so nice, especially because you take you to another country. And it was really neat the way this was organized. And then you fill out the bottom part as you go. And then we start with, here we are traveling leaving the hotel. So they have to figure out whether they should put it in the modification or if they should put it in the adaptation based on the picture where Stickman went on vacation. And then it goes through each one. And that was really neat to see them really thinking on using all of the evidence in the picture. And then it gives you the answers to that. And then that's the end of that. I really thought this was a really great lesson, very interactive and engaging, lots of discussion, which is always a win. So highly recommend this resource. I got some sweet reminders in my little mailbox today. This is my little mailbox here. I have it on my desk, and I just let students put mail, and then when they want to send me a message, they put this up. And I got 2 little reminders today. So sweet. I got one that says, "Don't let negativity let you down." And then they're just like these little papers, and "You're awesome." 2 little notes here. I think having the little mailbox on my desk has worked so much better because I've let my students put notes in there all the time, but I had it somewhere else, and then I moved it to my desk, I think it was this week, and I've gotten so many more notes, and they'll remind me, "Miss Laura, you have mail." It's so sweet. It is now the end of the day, and I'm going to head out of here now. Like I said earlier, it's just been kind of a really, I don't know if it's the weather, I don't know what it is. I'm just so tired. So I'm gonna head home and relax and FaceTime with my husband. And I think that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna work out. I did a workout yesterday, and I am just too tired to do anything else today. And I'm going to also try to edit this video, and then yeah, probably put up our schedule, what I'm going to do for my other videos. So I'm going to head out of here, and I will see you tomorrow bright and early. Happy Friday! Yay, we made made it finally to the end of the week and I'm so excited. I love Fridays. If you have been watching me for a while, I get super pumped about Fridays and I absolutely love it. It is already 7:42 right now, so I'm a little bit behind in my time wise. I am just getting in about, I don't know, 10 minutes ago, and I'm just logging into all my things and turning on the lights, and I am so ready for today. I'm ready for the weekend, y'all. And I'm actually wearing my favorite shirt lately. It's the Teacher Shark doo. It is wear purple today because all week it's been week of the military child. I haven't really shared that with you guys this week. Every day we have like something different to wear or represent. Yesterday was wear camos, and Monday, for example, was stars and sparkles. Tuesday was wear your favorite military branch, and I just wore my husband's hat from Guantanamo when we were there, naval base, and so on. So every day we kind of dress up as something. And today was wear purple, and for the life of me, I could not find my purple up shirt that I wore in Cuba for week of the military child. So I went with the next purple shirt I had, and this is one of my favorite choices. So I'm wearing my shirt, I'm wearing some white pants, and I'm ready to get this day started sharing or representing my week of the military child. And last night we actually went to Dollar General to find, which is the closest store to us, to find a purple shirt. Ended up not finding one, but I did get some cute pens. My daughter picked these fun pens out. This one was $1. This one was $3 actually. Did not realize that. And I think this one was $2. I had already taken off the tag. I have these as prizes for my students as they collect their dojo points. They can redeem points for their prizes, and one of them is to use a fun pen. So I'll be adding these to my little collection over there. And that's pretty much all I've got going on this morning. We are gonna get the day started with our regular morning meeting, so I gotta get those slides ready, and then I will talk to you guys later on today. My slides this morning look like this. I've got a little coffee cup with me, just loving coffee, or it's like a hot chocolate, but I do love putting whipped cream on my coffee, and I just kind of let my students pick their morning activities. This is the morning activities that I let them do, and then like I said earlier, today is Purple Up Day, and I only have my 4th and 5th graders in the morning. The 3rd graders go straight to math, and then I have a little bit of a couple announcements, and the quote of the day, and I added a picture of Alex Morgan for our quote. And then our fun fact, I got this source off of Teachers Pay Teachers. I can share that if you're interested in that. And then we have a small little chat about whatever prompt I have up. And today is TGIF, what do you plan to do this weekend? And that's what my slides look like this morning. Hello friends, it is now my extra planning time because they are at recess, and I am going to make my lesson plans or continue making my lesson plans for next week, and then by that time it'll be time for them to come back. So I am going to work on my lesson plans for now and get those done and ready to submit for next week. I'm actually going to be collaborating with our instructional coach next week. So I try to have I have to have all my lessons planned out and turned in by Monday morning, but I always kind of do modify as I go throughout the week, just tweaking some things here and there. But for the most part, I have my skeleton down and like my resources down, everything I'm using. So I use planbook.com, and I've in the past just used my planner or like wrote out lesson plans. It kind of depends on the year or what school I'm at. I've been to different schools. Some schools we don't even have to turn lesson plans. At this school you do. I think last year I didn't either, and it was in the same county. So I don't know, it just kind of depends on what school you're at, what district, what county you're in. But this school does require me to turn in lesson plans. So but I always do have some kind of lesson plan, so I know what I'm working on that week and kind of a skeleton or what I'm doing, especially teaching this year as a 3-4-5. I have to have something down so that I know what I'm doing that week. And that's what I'm working on right now. I'm just working on the writing block, and then I'll move on to, hopefully I have time for at least the 3rd grade block, because those two are very distinct, and 4th and 5th grade I plan together. So I want to at least get 2 of the subjects out on the lesson plans before the end of the day. So I'm going to work on that, and then probably by then I'll see you after school. End of the day now. Oh my goodness, it's now finally the end of the day, and I am ready to get my weekend started. My students had so many exciting things they were doing this weekend, including the local fair, and they had just a lot of great things they were going to do this weekend. So that was fun this morning to listen to, and just know that they're looking forward to the weekend. I am going to pack up my things and head out. I did most of my lessons. I have a couple things that I need to work on, but not too much. So I am all finished, and I'm gonna get ready to pack up. That's it for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed being with me and in my classroom this week. I definitely enjoyed sharing all the things that we're doing, and I hope that you gained some ideas for your classroom or for your kids, and that you enjoyed being with me this week. If you found some of these ideas exciting, or you're gonna implement these in your classroom or with your kids, please let me know down in the comments of what helped and what motivated you and encouraged you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. It really lets me know what you are enjoying from my content and like what you are seeing as well, and definitely helps with the algorithm if you don't know already. And it just it gives me an idea of what you guys like seeing. So I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you are not yet subscribed and a part of my little family here on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for notifying you for future videos that I post. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!